XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, since the price was within this move, we mentioned about how we can look for the trade. And we mentioned that with the breakout of the 0.65, we can look for continuation. Then this is what we get. And exactly if you refer to our analysis, since the price was within this move, we mentioned we're looking for the buy. There was an opportunity here, then the second one here. Now we want to see whether we can get the correction for continuation or not. Now we need to be quite careful. As we can see based on 1 hour chart, the price almost broke the previous top. Okay. And now the thing is, what's the next and how we can trade? First of all, we start with higher time frame. We start with daily chart. We want to see how we can look at the chart. All right. And even if we refer to the daily chart, we can see the price broke almost this top, which I'm referring to, almost 0.98. Now the question is whether the price can break this one and continue. I mean, can we get the continuation, which is I'm referring to almost 1.2. Okay. Now the thing is, what we mentioned in our analysis, first of all, we refer to our analysis. Since the price was within this move, we mentioned with the breakout of 0.65 following by 0.75. Okay, then at that times, we cannot expect the price to retest 0.34 and 0.36. Okay, no, because we mentioned we can expect to get the correction for continuation. How deep that correction can be, we are not sure. We cannot confirm. But the possibility of the price retest 0.36 following by 0.34 will be very, very less. Okay, that's why we mentioned after the breakout of 0.65, any buy trade, any buy setup we get, we should have a proper management. No, can we look at this as a 1, 2, 3 as internal correction? And can we expect to get similar to what we have here? This is what we need to bear. Okay, that's why we will mention after the breakout of 0.65, we can expect the bigger correction. Okay, no, from now, if you're looking for trade, and even if we got any trade within this move, we should be aware the possibility we get the running flat, any correction similar to what we have here. Because right now we can look at this one as a 1, 2, and 3. Either from here or higher, we can expect the price to correct for continuation. All right. If we put here, as example, we can look at this running flat. This is what we can expect. And how deep this one can go, we can expect similar to what we have here. May the price drop at around 0.7 or 0.6. Okay, right now we cannot confirm because the price haven't start to, I mean, it is still we get the up move continue, I mean, the sharp move. The times is start to correct, then from there we can make a decision how deep it can go. All right, the only things I want to highlight here, we from now any trade we take, we should be aware of the correction similar to what we have here as a running flat for continuation, either from here or higher. Okay, and mostly as explained, the possibility of the reversal price retest this low is very less. The low, if I put here, which I'm referring to, 0.34. Okay, because since the price was within this move, we mentioned if we get a down move before the price breaks 0.65, we can expect the price to drop. But with the breakout of 0.65, the possibility of the price to drop to 0.34 will be very less. Okay, now I want to see what's the next and how we can trade. Based on daily chart, we don't have any trade setup. Okay, because we don't have any correction. In this case, we move to forward chart. But before that, if we refer to the indicators, we see what we have here. If we put in relative to this, as we can see based on MACD, we have a divergence, and even based on this one. All right, now we cannot rely on the divergence because since we had the sharp move, if there is a continuation, maybe this divergence will disappear. But the only thing is we should be aware of the next correction can be quite big, similar to what we get here. At least we should know how to manage our trades. Anyway, we move to forward chart. We want to see how we can trade, and even based on forward chart, this is the only correction we got here. After we get this sharp move, now mostly we can expect for correction before we get the continuation. All right, but right now, again, based on forward chart, we don't have any trade setup, and indicators doesn't show us anything here. All right, now, as I mentioned, any trade from now, we should have a proper management, and even if you want to move to 1 hour chart, the only things we can see based on 1 hour chart, if I put this one in relative to this, what we have is on MACD, we don't have any divergence, and based on this one, we get the divergence. All right, mostly we can expect to get a correction here, similar to this for continuation. That means if we want to look for buy, we should wait for trade setup. And any buy from now, we should have the proper management as explained based on forward chart. And whatever the trade we get within this move, at least we should book some profits. Okay. Now we want to see whether there is a continuation or reversal. We cannot confirm, because if we get a correction, for sure we can look for continuation. The only times we can look for the reversal if we get any sharp move following by a flag or small correction for reversal. Okay. But mostly, as I mentioned, the possibility of the price to reverse is very less. The only thing is we can expect deeper correction for continuation. All right. That's why any trade we get, we need to have a proper management and we should know how to manage it. And right now, based on 1 hour chart, we don't have any trade set up. And jumping into the trade right now is very risky. Okay, even the price continue from here, we cannot get any trade set up. We need to get the trade set up. Okay, and how about if I move to 15 minutes? Even based on 15 minutes, we don't have anything. Can we expect this one being relative to this? Look at the internal running flat. Exactly. All right. And now, if the price drop a bit more, any reversal with a sharp move as a flag, we can look for buy. Maybe we can refer to this one. Okay. Rather than that, we don't have any other opportunity. How about if this one continue and it gives us a correction similar to what we have here? If anyone is looking for sell, they can look for sell. But for me personally, I'm looking for buy. If I see these things, whatever the only things I do, I start to manage my trades. Okay, I will just look at. I'm look at my trades, how I can manage it, where I should move my stop loss, and how I can book my profits. The only times we can look for reversal or deeper correction if we get any trade set up for sale based on 1 hour chart. But as I mentioned, still we can look for continuation, but we have to wait to get the correction. Rather than that, we cannot jump into the trade. Okay. And how about if we move to weekly chart? We want to see what we have based on weekly chart. As we mentioned based on earlier, based on weekly chart, even we can see this is what we could see. The price broke this previous stop. All right. And from here, we cannot really rely on what's the next, but mostly we can expect that we want the price to break 1.22 for continuation. Okay. That means if there is a continuation here after the breakout of 1.2, the next things we don't have any previous stop. The next things we can expect the price to move to 3. But how sharp it can go, we are not sure. Okay. Whether we go move as a sharp move similar to what we have here on 2017 and 18, or it can move as with a sharp move following by correction. All right. If we get any move with a correction, mostly it can give us better confirmation for continuation rather than the sharp move. And it can give us better opportunity to look for buy. By the way, we don't have any trade set up. And as we mentioned, we just follow the chart based on 1 hour chart. And the only thing is if we want to look for next trade, we should get the trade set up from here. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.